Kamala Harris has made history, soon to be America's first female, first black and first South Asian vice president. The Democrats hoped she would attract a strong female vote and help heal a divided America. And it seems she did.
She burst onto the world stage, but in America, she needed little introduction.
For the first time, your next Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris.
The 55-year-old from California, a former district attorney who became the state's first black female attorney general, picked by her boss because she's a fearless fighter for the little guy and one of the country's finest public servants.
Is there a person you're talking about?
I'm asking you a very direct question, yes or no.
Feared by her critics for her tenacity convicting violent criminals, she also pushed for death penalty reform and equal rights for the LGBT community. Her announcement as Biden's running mate immediately caught Donald Trump's attention.
She said far worse about Biden than I ever did, and now she's running as vice president.
And he wasn't wrong. Harris and Biden have clashed in past political lives.
Do you agree today that you were wrong to oppose busing in America then?
No.
Do you agree?
I did not oppose busing in America. It was a
So
local
that's
decision.
where the federal government must step in. That's why we have the Voting Rights Act and the Civil Rights Act.
But differences were put aside for Harris to make history, the Democrats hoping she'd attract a strong female vote and heal a racial divide, hurting America. And it seems she did.
And what a testament it is to Joe's character that he had the audacity to break one of the most substantial barriers that exists in our country and select a woman as his vice president.
Harris was born in 1964. Her father, from British Jamaica, was a professor of economics. Her mother, with a proud Indian heritage, a pioneer in breast cancer research.
When she came here from India at the age of 19, she maybe didn't quite imagine this moment. But she believed so deeply in an America where a moment like this is possible.
Harris is stepmother to her husband Doug Emhoff's two children. They call her Mamala. And her tie to Joe Biden is deep and personal. Kamala was a good friend of Biden's late son, Beau.
I know how much Beau respected Kamala and her work.
We are cut from the same cloth. Family is everything to me, too. Vice President will be great, but Mamala will always be the one that means the most.
To VP Harris, and maybe even one day the first female president of the United States. Either way, she's making history.
Every little girl watching tonight sees that this is a country of possibilities. And to the children of our country, regardless of your gender, know that we will applaud you every step of the way.
Lizzie Poe, 9 News.
It's been a pipeline dream for decades, and today it was finally confirmed. Joe Biden has been elected the 46th President of the United States. Mr Biden, who will be 78 by Inauguration Day, will be the oldest sitting president in US history.
Emerging between flags, masked and on the move, President-elect Joe Biden with a soundtrack of Springsteen, a man who spent most of his life running for office at the finish line of what will likely be his last race.
The people of this nation have spoken.
Today's speech in Wilmington, the working-class suburb where Biden grew up. He studied law and was elected a senator for Delaware at 29. A month later, a car accident killed his wife and daughter and injured his sons. Biden taking his oath of office from their hospital room.
If in 6 months or so there's a conflict between my being a good father and being a good senator, which I hope will not occur, we can always get another senator, but they can't get another father.
He stayed in the Senate. As his profile grew, so did the family, marrying Jill Biden, and in 1988 made his first bid for the Oval Office. It ended in a plagiarism scandal soon after. 2 decades later, a second attempt, dropping out after a 5th-place finish in Iowa, the race won by a young senator, Barack Obama, who turned to the old hand for help.
Joe Biden!
The pair weren't a natural fit, but became a force, winning the election and using the vice president's congressional connections to pass the health care bill known as Obamacare, described by Biden as In 2012, they ran again. Beau Biden, the boy in the hospital bed all those years ago, was now Attorney General of Delaware.
For the office of Vice President of the United States, my father, my hero.
The Vice President sat crying in the stands. Tears that would flow again a few years later, when Beau, an Iraq veteran with his own presidential aspirations, died of cancer. President Obama gave the eulogy.
Now, it's no secret that a lot of what made Beau the way he was just how much he loved and admired his dad.
Later this month, he'll turn 78. The president-elect, a man whose prime is behind him, but whose greatest challenge lies ahead. Charles Croucher, 9 News.